Hello everyone, Archana here. In this video, we'll cover what is digital marketing, what are the various techniques involved in digital marketing, the scope of digital marketing, and the opportunities for a digital marketer. And at the end of this video, you will be able to understand the entire digital marketing environment and the various career options in this particular field. Along with that, you will also learn, like if you are in a college, and how you can earn some pocket money of your own by learning this skill. And if you are a business owner, you will learn how to scale up your business using digital marketing. We'll be covering all these things in this session. So, what is digital marketing? Digital marketing is a topic based on marketing. Marketing means, for example, if you want to sell a product, first we'll promote it and we'll create an awareness about that product. And if people like it, they will buy it. This is not a skill where only students should learn it. Every business owners should definitely learn and should have a knowledge about digital marketing. Let it be a restaurant, a textile shop, supermarket, toy store, online store, whatever business it may be. Let it be electronic devices or maybe some services that you are providing like schools, colleges, construction companies, interior designing, whatever product or service it may be. Whether it's a small business or a large scale business, digital marketing knowledge is a must. Okay, so when it comes to marketing, there are mainly two types of marketing. One is traditional marketing, and the other one is digital marketing. Billboards, newspapers, TV, pamphlets, that posters that we stick on walls, all these comes under traditional style of marketing. And if we sell our products through online, through social medias and other online platforms, then we call it as digital marketing. So now let's take a business and let's see how digital marketing will fit for their business. So basically, we'll categorize a business into three types. One is called offline business, second one is called online business, and third is a combination of online and offline business. So first, let us get into an offline business. What is meant by offline business? For example, if you're working as a digital marketer for a gym or for a bakery or for a salon or for a college or any company as such which are operating on the ground in the sense you're not going to make the payment online, you're going to make the payment in the store or in the offline mode, that is called offline business. So basically, what do we need from an offline business? For example, if we are taking our website www.ipsr.edu.in, this is a website where we sell our courses. The important metrics required is first, people should come to the website. So we want visits. Next, after coming to the website, we want people to either call the number on the website, or we want people to click the contact us button. So if people are clicking contact us button, they will go to an enquiry form. People will fill their name, phone number, mail ID, they will select the course and then they'll click submit. So in the offline business, primary thing is first people should come to the website. Secondary, what we need is leads. 85% of the jobs in digital marketing are for generating leads. Lead generation is nothing but gathering the phone number and their email IDs of our potential customers. So for getting leads, people should first visit the site. They should call the phone number on the website, or they should fill the query form on the website. And after filling the query form, if they go to the thank you page, that indicates we are successful in converting a particular person. That is, we are successful in generating a lead. So this is for offline business. Now let's get into online business. For example, if you got a job in Amazon, Flipkart, MakeMyTrip or any online platform, so what is important in online business is more or less is similar. First, a person should come to Amazon website. After that, we want him to click on the product page. Next, we want him to click on buy now button, and then we want him to go to payment gateway page. After that, we want him to go to the thank you page. So If a person reaches the thank you page, that means we are successful in generating leads. In the case of offline business, once as a digital marketer, if we generate leads, it is the responsibility of the sales team to generate sales. But in the case of online business, it is our responsibility as a digital marketer that people should buy the product and reach the thank you page. So in this case, the primary metrics is visits and the secondary metrics is sales. In both the cases, for a person to reach the thank you page, first person should come to the website. Now let us make a mix, which means they will have a store and they will also have an e-commerce platform. For example, let's take a boutique. Boutique will have an option where people can buy the products online. They can also come to the store and they can buy it from the store. For this particular business model, first a person should come to the website and he can fill the lead generation form or he can buy the product. So here the primary metrics will be visits, secondary metrics will be leads and sales. So visitors are the primary metrics in all these three businesses. So if they don't come to the website, we don't get sales. Our next topic is blogging. If you people want to earn money through blogging, it is so simple. Daily you can spend around 15 to 20 minutes of your time and you can create a nice blog. These days it's very easy to purchase a domain and create a nice website of your own. It won't take more than 1 or 2 hours to select a nice WordPress template and create your own website. First, you need to find your niche area and then you can start writing articles on it. And after writing articles on your website, you can put ads on your website. You can partner with Amazon, Flipkart or any e-commerce portals, or if you are a travel website, you can partner with Yatra or you can partner with Google and put Google ads on your website. And in this case, what is important is we want people to come to our blog. They should either click on the particular ad. If they click on the ad, Google might pay us money or Amazon might pay us money. It can be 2 rupees, 20 rupees or 2000 rupees. It can be per click or it can be per sale. So basically what is important is people should click on the ad. So here the primary metrics is visit and the secondary metrics is ad clicks. That means engagements. For this also first the customer should land on the website, and if he is not landing on the website, he won't click on the ads. So in all the 4 business models that we discussed right now, the primary metrics is visits. That is, the common indicator is visitor to the website. Now let's see how we can get visitor to the website. So there are a lot of digital marketing practices that we will be discussing in this video to bring visitors to the website. Let us see what are the different digital marketing practices. So first and foremost, for you need to get a visitor is you need digital assets. That is nothing but you need a website first, then you need a blog or you need an application where a customer would land. Now there are some techniques called search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing, blogging, content marketing, email marketing, video marketing, affiliate marketing, influencer marketing, remarketing. All these techniques will help you to bring visitors to the website. From there is an option that they might call us, they might fill the query form, they might fill the buy now button, they might buy the products, they are going to click on our ads, and then we are going to make money. So let us discuss all of these topics in detail. For example, if I type something on Google, best boarding schools in Kerala, Google will give some results. Whatever keywords that we type, we give importance to the first page results of Google. We will only go to the second and third page of Google only if we didn't get the desired results that we expected. So on the first page of Google, the first around 3 to 4 results will be advertisement. If you look in detail, you will see a symbol called AD. All these are done by digital marketers. We call it as paid advertisement. We all know that no one is going to search the entire Google results for one particular website. So it is a very heavy competition to get there on the first page of Google. Whoever is starting a business, their target is to come on the first page of Google. when someone search for a keyword related to their business. So let's take an example. If I'm the owner of an interior designing company, and if someone search for best interior designing companies in Kerala, my company should come on the first page result. That is my wish and that is my target. And we can do that in two ways. One is to optimize your website to go to the top in Google search. From there, you can get a lot of business. That is called search engine optimization. It might take 2 to 3 months of effort for you to use this SEO technique and bring your website to the first page of Google results. For some, we'll get this result with around 3 months, and for some, gradually. It might take around 3 to 4 months to get their website on the first page of Google. And another scenario that can come is there will be heavy competition. There are many interior designing companies in Kerala, and all of them are very good, and they all are on the first page of Google. So in that case, it is very difficult for me to get traffic to my website. When that situation comes, what I'll do is I'll do paid advertisement. I'll do paid promotions on Google and bring my website to the first page of Google. This technique is called search engine marketing. So under SEO, we have one more technique called local SEO. So on Google, when you click a particular keyword, first we'll be seeing the ad results. Then after that, we'll be seeing the map results. After that, you will see 10 SEO results. Local SEO is nothing but the map results that are coming on the top in Google search. For doing local SEO, you need to create a Google My Business account, and if you can do a right optimization locally for your Google business with local keywords, there are chances that your map will go to the top in Google, and that is called local SEO. Now let's discuss about social media marketing. Almost all social media networking sites like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, Quora, all these platforms are really good for generating traffic to your website. Social media marketing itself, we can do it in two ways. One, without investing any money, we can just create a nice attractive post and post it in Facebook. We can share it on various Facebook groups, and we can send it as a direct message on Facebook. And if we get a result out of that post, we can say without investing any money, we got a sale or a lead through social media marketing. But you might face a problem like whether if it's a Facebook or Instagram or any social media platform, most of them are working for business, including Facebook. Facebook and almost all social media platforms are maximum promoting paid promotions nowadays. In Facebook itself, we can create ads and we have an option to choose our audience, country, demographics, and we can promote a particular post. We just have to invest money and we'll be getting heavy results out of it. But we need to optimize and run the ads in a proper way by targeting only the specified audience. Maximum leads within our budget. That should be our aim. So here we have two types of social media marketing. One is paid and the other one is unpaid. Next we have content marketing. Content marketing is not simply plain text. We can include infographics, posters, attractive designs, all these in your content and make your content attractive. Once we promote this particular piece of content and get traffic to our website, we call it as content marketing. There are many platforms such as blog, Quora, Medium, PR sites. There are many options like these to promote our content. So while writing content, you just have to keep one thing in mind. It should be descriptive, short, sweet, and very informative. Next, we have email marketing. Whenever you open your email, you might have come across a lot of promotional emails in your inbox. In organic way, you can shoot only up to a maximum of 500 mails from a Gmail account. If I have 20,000 customer database account, for that many email marketing tools are available in the market. All you need to do is create a nice HTML template. You can add nice images and you can shoot that email to a larger audience using email marketing tools. Using these email marketing tools, if we send a mail to 10,000 people, we will get to know whether people are liking our from mail, or whether people are liking our subject line, or whether people are liking our content. And then according to that, we can change our subject line, we can change our content, and then we can resend it. Your email marketing tools will give you a complete report about how people are responding to your email. Now let's get into affiliate marketing. Let us assume that there are 100 people who are attending this particular session. I can convert all of you people into marketers. I can do that by giving you a coupon code. You people can create an account with IPSR. You can go and circulate it with your fellow friends. And in case if someone come to our website by using the coupon code which is given to you and buy the course there, you will get a commission. That is called affiliate marketing. Or let's say I can give you a link. You can go and promote that link wherever you want in social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, or you can share that in WhatsApp group. I'll be creating unique link to each one of you. Through that link, if someone is coming to the website and if they are buying the product or service, I'll give you 10% commission on the sale. This is nothing but affiliate marketing. Instead of using Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Google, I can convert even an ordinary human being or a blogger into an affiliate. I can partner with a blogger guy and I can say in that particular article, you can put my ad. I'll give you commission, send me traffic. This is nothing but affiliate marketing. Next, we have influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is a term that is buzzing around these days. They are people that are just well known in their little niches and in their communities, and they actually have influence. And now we have nano influencers. Nano influencers is a kind of what people consider anyone that has 1,000 followers and under, maybe like around 900 to 1,000 followers. Micro influencers to be around 5,000 follower rate on any given platform. And then you have macro influencers that are having followers between 10,000 to 50,000. And then we have celebrity influencers that are 50,000 and above. Now, nano influencer is considered as the little guy at the bottom of the pool, and they are very important, especially for brands who are really interested in word of mouth marketing. They are ordinary people that are having friends and family and are really known locally in their respective communities. Just imagine when you see a friend using a particular product or service, it will influence you, right? That is the power of influencer marketing. Now, when we look from the brand side, the benefits of working with nano influencer is they are quite easy to work with, they are very jovial, and they are very cost effective. It is just people making recommendations on social. If you are a college student, you can actually work out on social media followers count to become a nano influencer. In our digital marketing course, we'll be training you how you can become a nano influencer and how you will be able to approach brands and what are the tricks to find out the brands who are looking for nano influencers. Next is video promotions. In 2020, video promotions is having a great role on social medias. We can teach you on how you can create a nice 30 seconds video clip of your shop and promote it in social media. You can even start a YouTube channel on your niche area and start making revenue out of it. So next important thing is how you're going to track a visitor. Now people are coming to your website. Now you have invested 1 lakh fees for Facebook ads. You must have invested 50,000 on email marketing, and you might have invested a lot of time on your office. There might be few people who are working on SEO, few people who are working on local SEO, few people who are working on email marketing, few people who are working on affiliate marketing, and all these people, what they are doing, how many employees are performing, how many campaigns are performing, how much traffic you are getting to your website, and is the traffic genuine or not, and what time people are coming. which location they are coming from, which country your traffic is coming from, which city they are coming from, which devices they are coming from, through which state they are coming from, how much time they are spending on your home page, and how much time they are spending on your product page or service page, through which channels they are coming. Are they coming through Facebook, Instagram, email marketing, or through affiliate marketing? Everything you can track using Google Analytics. Next, we have remarketing, which is also known as retargeting. Imagine that a prospective customer is browsing your online store. Unfortunately, majority of these visitors are not converted to customers. They leave your site before checking out. It can be of many reasons. Maybe it's their first visit, or maybe they are not sure about the credibility of your store. They might get distracted and simply don't finish the purchase, or sometimes they don't find what they are looking for, or maybe they just decide to do the shopping later and they end up forgetting about your site completely. This is where remarketing takes place. Every time when a visitor gets to any of your product pages, this information is stored in their device, mobile phones, computer, or tablet. That doesn't really matter. Later on, advertisement systems can pull this information out and reach them with highly targeted ads. You can say like, hey, you still looking for this phone, or something like, you are interested in the blue umbrella, how about the yellow one? The purpose is to remind them about your online store and bring them back so that they finish their purchase. These remarketing campaigns are highly successful because you already know who to target and what to offer. You can also suggest them some alternative products and make them purchase new products. Next, we have WhatsApp Business. WhatsApp Business was intended and built with small business owners in mind. It is basically an application which has similar functionality to the personal WhatsApp app that we already use. It is slightly easier to get back to customers faster and set auto messages and auto responses using WhatsApp Business. So all these techniques which we have discussed right now, we'll be teaching you all these techniques in detail in a course. The specialty of our course is that the live industry experts have designed our course. The mode of training will be task-based training where you'll be working on live projects. Now let's see some of the benefits that we get by learning digital marketing. Let's start with students. First thing is that you can make some part-time money. Whatever you have invested in learning digital marketing, you can get it back because they can make some part-time money. Next, they can create a nice blog and place some ads of Amazon and various affiliates and earn money. This digital marketing has various certifications. You can get certifications from Google and our company certification. You can get these certifications before the campus placements or for the campus placements. And when a recruiter looks at your resume, and if you are the one who are having a lot of certifications and you are the one who are having digital skill sets, there are chances that you are given priority. If you put these certifications on your resume, you can easily get a job some other way. Next, you can stand ahead in the competition. If you love internet and if you are addicted to internet, social media, this is the right course for you. Next, let's see for working professionals. There are two types of people as working professionals. People who quit the job and they wanted to work as a complete digital marketing professionals, and there are few people who want to continue it with their job, and in the evening time as a part-time they want to do blogging or they want to take up projects. Digital marketing can help you in doing both. It can leverage your skills, it can add weightage to your resume, you can get placed fast in case if you are a job seeker, you can get certifications that can add weightage to your resume, you can stand ahead in the competition, you can start your ad agency, you can become a freelancer as well. You can take some freelancer projects along with your current job. For entrepreneurs, you can leverage the business into 10x times by learning digital marketing. You can recruit the right staff for digital marketing, and you can know what are the right tools that you can use for digital marketing, and you can recruit right agency for digital marketing. You can also understand the right metrics given by the agency. You can read the reports and give your suggestions, and you can multiply your sales. Digital marketing skills are in great demand. According to Marketing Hiring Trend reports, 69% of the organizations are planning to hire more digital marketers in 2020. And if you are specializing and going in particular fields like SEO specialist, content writing, there are a lot of opportunities out there in the market. So hope you got an idea about what digital marketing is all about. Thank you and have a great day.